Everybody, it's Invictus. Time another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Thursday, Mosh Pit. We did have another video. Crossing 3,000 likes now. On our way to the No Seas Tainted Eden Challenge run, which is, it needs to get a shorter name, I think. It's kind of a mouthful in regards to the sort of zanier names that I've come up with in the past here. But yeah, we are on our way. Thank you all very much for the support. I hope you had a good start here to your early weekend, because of course Thursday is the new Friday. And also we have a brand new, fresh off the presses meme of the day sent in here by Painter on the Invictus subreddit at episode 163. Meme doing this all run. I could do this all day. Yeah, the Tammy's Head Brimstone, I mean, it kind of sucks that we got it at the very end of the run. But it would have been nice to have that for like most of the run. I guess it wasn't technically at the very end, but yeah, with that lack of damage there, it definitely made it feel like we could literally do that all day. Oh good. Well, the game finally got us Parasite. Hotel Yankee 3 Lima, Mike Lima Foxtrot Delta. We've got higher tiers rate than damage, and that's all you need to know. But one thing that is kind of nice about this run here, starting off with Parasite, is the fact that we have the tier detonator. Now, the tier detonator is not an item that you hear me talk about all that often because it rarely ever gets a chance to shine anymore in Repentance. But I will say that there are a few pretty banger opportunity synergies that you can have with the tier detonator, specifically with Haemolacria and also, of course, with the Parasite, because what's so nice about it is that whenever you have a tier that's in flight, you basically hit the spacebar button like this, and then they all turn into different tiers, including those little fractal tiers. They turn into individual tiers as well. So you can imagine how it can get out of control if you have, like, say, Jacob's Ladder, or if you have even Mysterious Liquid or something like that, where it just absolutely destroys everything on the screen. You can do it with Ipecac if you have Explosion Immunity. That's about the only way that you would ever want to do that. But, I mean, the Parasite is not an item that I'm really a big fan of anymore. I'm not going to lie. It does give you those split shots, but at the cost of the game jostling stuff around, as we all know and love, with those clown physics. And on top of that, you also have to worry about the game crashing if you have certain other tier effects, like, say, oh, I don't know, maybe Cricket's Body. So I'm definitely hoping that we get something like that here. This is the only time where I would really want to have even more additional projectiles than normal here, is because of this tier detonator combo. It's a combo that's so much fun to play as, and it's very powerful. If you end up getting piercing shots, shoot, look out there. Piercing shots absolutely mega send the amount of damage that you get here with the tier detonator. We're just gonna have another giant room, man. I'm telling you. I'm glad I'm vindicated, and people have been asking in regard, or people talking about the fact that we just keep seeing these ridiculous sized maps here ever since the patch, and I feel good about that. Obviously, I want Keeper Sack. That would be amazing for us, especially with us sitting at sub 3 damage. It's always a bad sign whenever you have less damage than you have tiers. But we would have to get supremely lucky. We don't have a bomb. We don't have any chests that we can open up with keys or anything like that, so there's not really much of an avenue of hope. The only thing that we can hope for, I guess, now is essentially... I was going to say essentially maybe a chest in here, but it didn't happen. It did not happen. There was a heart in there, but yeah. Then we're going to take Lost Soul Buddy, and then I guess we just head on down, so... All right, Lost Soul Buddy, just give us Sacred Heart. Just one and done. Come on, you can do that. That's the least you could do for us, for disappointing us this entire time. Wait. All right, you're on Lost Soul Buddy. He gave us varicose veins. Thank you, I guess, Lost Soul Buddy. We got last week's question of the episode, and this one coming in from, I got to move the OBS window real quick. Teovi, I'm gonna say Teovi or Teovi. They say, question of the episode. This is coming from day 4 of the Hush Delirium week from last week. Do you ever feel like the devs are offended when you're critical of the changes that they make, or are they receptive of it, or to it, I should say? So obviously, I talked to Zombolis more than anyone from the team. And we have debates in regards to stuff that that I talk about in the videos, but it's not like the devs watch my videos. Like the only time that Zombolus that I know of anyway watches my videos is when I tell him, hey, don't miss this one because you're gonna want to see this. So that sort of thing. They don't have time like regular viewers do to watch every single video of every single day. I'd be honored, of course, but I have been talked to a couple of times in regards to a couple things that I've said in videos, but it's never been like a problem or anything like that. I wouldn't say that they're offended at all. If anything, look at that. Look at that. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Saw that huge spread of shots there coming in from Euthanasia. Oh my gosh. We just got 33 cents here, or 31 cents, however much that was inside of this, or 20. It was 20 some odd cents. I don't know how long it was, how much it was, but wow. I'm gonna save the bomb. Oh my. I don't know if car battery works with tier detonator, but we'll see. This could be something cooking here. Yeah, that definitely works. Okay, so we have ourselves a build. Anyway, I wouldn't say that they get offended, because I'm not. Whenever I criticize something, I don't make it come off as I'm offended. You know what I mean? Like I pride myself on not being rude or just anything like that. I want to make sure that devs understand like where I'm coming from. I'd love to get Lusty Blood, but I am going to take a risk here and go for Guppy's Collar, even though I know I'm going to get burnt on it, but oh well. You know, it's not like I'm like, oh, these devs are stupid, or you know, I'm being childish or anything like that. It's always coming from like a more professional vibe, and that's what I've always done for many years. Even when it comes to like, if you go back in time and look at like Blizzards of the, Heroes of the Storm or StarCraft, stuff like that. Like I'll say that stuff doesn't make sense or anything like that, but I'll never personally insult the developers. That's not how pros do it. So I don't think it's ever been a problem or it's ever been taken as such. I could be wrong. I might be wrong, but you know, it's not. It's at the end of the day, it's just a game, and it's a game that obviously is my job. But I enjoy having a good relationship with developers, and you know, and Zombolus and I we've talked about a lot of stuff. Like we talk about Isaac a lot, and he's always working on stuff. And there's never been a singular point where he's been like, hey, like, cut it out or something, you know what I mean? Like something like that. So, from what I've seen and from what I know, and what I've been told, there's no problem. If there's something majorly wrong, it usually I might have to clarify something, but it's never been like, hey, why'd you say this, or don't talk to us ever again, or you know what I mean? Like it's never been like that. So, but thank you for the question. It was an interesting question. Yeah, the devs are totally cool. I enjoy talking to I enjoy talking to everybody. Only person I really don't talk to about Isaac is Ed, because he's so wrapped up in Mugenics and stuff. So, but I will most likely be talking to Ed about Mugenics balancing and stuff as the game gets closer to release. And man, oh man, seeing that IGN preview of it was I was jealous. So as you see here, even though we don't have any damage, we still don't have any damage here on this run. We're doing a lot of damage based on the sheer amount of volume of tiers that we are firing out. There's a key. Might get a super secret room here as well. No, it's on the north side. So at least we get a golden key, so we're not gonna be forced to skip out on the item room or the shop. Although it is still it's very sad that we're not going to be able to have Keeper Sack for all this. Yeah, I'm not giving up this. I will not give up this position here. This is This is more of a once in a blue run type of run here with this synergy. So, and I'm not going to squander this. Super Secret Room's there, by the way. It was 50-50. It was going to be north or south of that. If we can get piercing shots and maybe get a couple other good tier effects, brother, we are in business. It does make it very difficult sometimes when the tiers are flying everywhere to see what other stuff is coming at you. If we really want to min-max this here, we want to try to combine the tier detonator with a euthanasia explosion. That would be the best case scenario, but we can't always do that. Okay, marbles, and I'm going to... No Never Again would be nice, but I guess I'll take no. So we really want to try to time the explosion with a tier detonator with euthanasia, just because of the sheer amount of shots that will be coming out after something gets popped by it. But Continuum really helps too. Continuum allows us to get those shots out and maintain a healthy amount of shots that come through the wall, and then those split off. And because we have car battery now, it's hitting it again. I'm only taking Eyesore because we have this combo. Let's just be clear on that. We actually had a start not that long ago with Eyesore, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of bad, but thank you, Lost Soul Buddy. Oh no, Lost Soul Buddy. Oh no. Thank you. Yeah, honestly, it's his fault for swinging into the fire. Like I didn't guide him towards that, so whatever. But I don't like Eyesore most of the time, just because it does have that aura, as you just saw right there, literally as I'm saying it, has that aura of being unable to control your outgoing damage, literally as I was about to say it, with the splinter shots just hitting one of the barrels as soon as we walk into this door. So if you ever really wanted an absolute picturesque example as to why I say the things I say, especially in regards to controlling your outgoing damage, look no further than what just happened 15 seconds ago. That is the reason why you always want to be in control of your damage, no matter what. And it's also, not coincidentally enough, the reason why I don't like to take Eyesore. But given the fact that we have so many tiers on the screen at one point, like, that's just going to happen. It's a danger of this combo. But this is one of those times where I do feel that the dangers don't outweigh the benefits. The benefits are far and wide of this combo. We just need to get some HP here, and I'm hoping that the left hand is going to be what does it for us. Oh, how that euthanasia shot missed. Now, because we have Continuum, we also technically have spectral tiers too. So we have spectral tiers, but we don't have spectral tiers. All this money is great and all, but like, need something to spend it on, game. So you're seeing there, even though that was off the screen, it still detonated and extended far past where the wall was. But this damage is pathetic right now. Like, legitimately pathetic. Just imagine if we had even one more damage upgrade than we do right now, which is 0. Our shots would be hitting for a lot more. We wouldn't be in these prolonged fights. There we go. So I waited to get the euthanasia shot out there. You're seeing a little pause, like a little stutter there every time I use the tier detonator as well. I'm not sure what's causing that. It may just be the sheer amount of animations that happens because we have the car battery. There we go. So we hit him from way across the way. We're way over here, guys. We're way across the way. Still have this chariot card in case we get into real trouble. Hoping that we get the 4.5 volt or 9 volt or something like that that can supercharge our tier detonator, because as you see, this is the only offense that we've got. And it ain't great. Great for little mobs, but it ain't nothing for big mobs like bosses here. We're unlikely to get a Devil Deal here at 68%. We got spun. Wow. Okay. It's spun. We get Abba Dabba Ding Dong, so that does give us some more damage. So all of a sudden, our damage just went way up. But here's the kicker: we're now stuck on just regular soul hearts for HP. Oh, that is lagging even more now. I'm not sure why. I definitely don't like that though. Yeah, that is a significant stutter every single time. Okay, left hand, you're gonna have to be our all-star here, because oh my gosh, that stutter is awful. It was fine, and it wasn't doing that, and then all of a sudden it seems like it's happening. It didn't do it in this room, so I don't know what the hell's going on. But it didn't. It did it in this room. Maybe it's because of the euthanasia shots, the animations coming off of there. I'm not entirely sure, but this is a real problem. It caused us to get hit. You're seeing the jostling going on here with all these shots. That's the reason why we needed to get more damage, just so we kill the enemies before they have a chance to start jostling around and stuff with clown physics. I think what's happening is that it's actually creating so many tiers that it's removing them. I just watched it. Yeah, you're seeing it actually remove tiers. It's not detonating all the tiers. It's hitting some kind of weird limit. Because that was only a couple tiers and it fully animated with no stutter at all. Just looking for a little help here, game. We did swallow the left hand, unfortunately, so that's going to be a problem. In the chest, anyway. Can't afford a Devil Deal, and we're unlikely to get one that gives us HP right now. Yeah, so all those shots that I just fired to the right, all of them got removed from the game. So that's pretty bad. I want to see if it happens if I don't have car battery. So allow me to clear one room with car battery. Without car battery, I mean. I want to see if that's what's causing this. Okay, yeah, that didn't do it. I'm gonna go one more room. I'm gonna give myself car battery. So don't freak out. I'm gonna give myself car battery. I'm testing stuff right now. Yeah, and that one was totally fine. So it is indeed car battery, the double detonation on tier detonator that's causing that. So that is unfortunate. We have to bomb for something here. Okay, let's try again. Okay. I mean, if this is some kind of hack in this room here, I'll take it. Okay. Apparently this is, I guess, maybe hard-seated? No. But still, 3 out of 4 fires for a soul heart is insanely good. I mean, we just doubled our HP essentially there. As soon as we get rid of wait what, or not wait what, but no never again. instantly back to active item town. Degaz removes a curse and gives us a soul heart, which is nice. Very nice. That is very nice. Wouldn't mind going in the curse room, but we're gonna have so many red chests that it just feels like it's unnecessary at this point. Yeah, see, it just animated only the shots that were to our left. It didn't hit any of the ones that were in front of us. So, okay, so I do these tests just so people can know what to expect. Just as a PSA, word of warning, don't ever take car battery if you plan on having a tier detonator effect. So it's unfortunate, but I am going to have to stick with flying here. I know. I was hoping that we were going to get a good fun synergy here, and we had the chance, but I can't have all the downsides of the tier detonator and not any of the upside, which of course is just throwing out oodles and oodles and oodles of tiers. And the fact that car battery removes those tiers feels more buggy than anything. So yeah, I'm gonna take Berkana. We may need it for something, but we have a chance to make boss rush, and we should go try to take that. If there's a bomb, just in case we find the Fool card. Sorry, tier detonator. So yeah, just let that be a lesson to anybody. Oh, there's a shot in there. How silly of me to not see that. But the good news is that we do have damage now. It's not, we're not totally boned here, and we still get the tier explosions there from Euthanasia, if it does proc. I mean, but trying to protect Lost Soul Buddy the best I can. Jostle was real, old man. You're seeing here that we needed the mobility, the flying, the everything. Charge is nice, although we're taking more damage than I like, and the Fool card is definitely not going to be in here. So we got to book it to see if we can find the Fool card. We got 30 seconds left. I don't think it's going to happen. This has got to be in here for us to have a chance, and it is in here. But even then, I don't think we have a chance here. Gonna try. That means I'm not gonna try. No, there's no way. 10 seconds left. Zero chance. Zero chance. So we're gonna miss out on boss rush, unfortunately. And I gotta say, left hand so far, a little disappointed. We need more than this, son. D-Bizzle, we've been really relying on you a lot lately. You need to step it up too. All right, the last showing that you had for us wasn't exactly the all-star. It had the keeper, which is gonna make things even more jostlier, but I don't think that. I don't think it's gonna matter that much more. Like they're already pretty spontaneous. These knocks here and there. Use the pony to get out of the curse room for free. That way we don't have any incursion of a penalty. Hey, you're seeing how fast it is. You just see these bombs just fly out of control here. And we are still looking for our item room and shop in this giant whole Blueprints Manor-sized map here. Another space for item. Lucky us. And I'm not going to take Chaos, although we probably should at this point. But I'm not going to. ED Bizzle. Look at that. Perfect pump. All right. So, again, unlikely for us to get a devil deal here at 36.2%. Hoping that we do. It'd be nice if we got Guppy. Or any piercing shots would be great. Wow. Yeah, what's going on here? Red Mom, you comboed us against the door, and then you took like 8 seconds of pause. Wow. Okay. We did get a devil deal, and there's our piercing shots. So Mom's Knife is an absolute no-go here. Absolutely not. But man, Eye of Belial is going to shred. So, had we had the tier detonator for this, I'm going to stay in this room, but I just want to show everybody what this would have looked like. So, had we had tier detonator still, this is what this would look like here. Without car battery. Let me remove car battery. Again, I'm going to give myself all this back, so those of you in the comments, you know who you are. Don't freak out. Chill. Yeah, then all of those are Eye of Belial tiers. Okay. And we would have absolutely, positively smoked. Flying. Is it just the pony? Own a pony. A pony. Yeah, it's just a pony. Here, I'll get rid of my charge too, because I don't remember if I had a full charge on that. We would have absolutely just smoked every single room. I mean, every single one would have been just dusted. But at the same time, it's those situations you really cannot second guess yourself, and don't use hindsight against yourself either. You'll see people use hindsight against me all the time, and that comes with the territory. But for you personally, don't second guess yourself, because you got to remember, situationally at the time, it made more sense for us to get rid of tier detonator, because again, we had car battery, and car battery is an anti-synergy. It didn't used to be, but I guess now it is. So that really sucks. But yeah, don't be your own worst enemy. That goes for everything in life. Especially these days. Don't be your own worst enemy. Don't let yourself be like your own like peanut gallery, like your own naysayer. Not saying that every single choice you make is going to be right. I'm not saying every single choice you make is going to be wrong. Just don't be that guy, you know? Don't be that guy who just second guesses everything about what you do. Have a little respect for yourself. I was lamenting the other day about how I missed Dune Awakening already. And I do. It was a good time. We're gonna be taking over a server, that's for sure. I don't know what server yet, but whenever that time comes, make sure you're in the Discord, because that's where we're gonna be playing. Whatever server the mosh pit's gonna land on, look out. You're on notice, because that's gonna be our server. I did watch the original Dune from like the 80s or whenever that one came out, the one with Sting. I had no idea that Patrick Stewart was in it, and it's such a surreal experience to watch a movie after you've seen the remake of it. You know, like it was like I knew most of the plot twists and everything in there. So it was really, really strange to be like, oh my gosh, it's like they're talking about Muad'Dib, they're talking about, Shai Hulud. It's like, what the heck? This is from like 40, 50,000 years ago. How are they so common, or how are they so up to date with the modern movies? And it's like, oh yeah, it's a remake. But I gotta say though, and this is just just me being honest, I wouldn't say it holds up. If you've seen the remakes and you haven't seen the original, I'm not gonna say I don't recommend it, because it's still like an awesome movie. Like, it's still Dune. But it's just not the same, and the remakes do a lot more with a lot of different characters. Although, to be fair though, and my girlfriend was sure to point this out, is that they cover both parts, like part 1 and 2 of the books. They cover it in one movie. So, and the movie's only 2 hours and 17 minutes long. So to smash all of that together in under 2.5 hours is almost impossible. So I definitely don't fault them for that. I think that if they had more time to spend, and they weren't so pressed up against some kind of weird release schedule or something, I don't know what happened back in those days, but that makes more sense. And it did feel like it was just the Cliff Notes version of the remake. Like, I mean, there's so many characters that you barely even get to know, and then that's it. They're gone. Like Duncan Idaho, you see him I think for 2 scenes, and then he's done. And the remakes did deviate a little bit from the original movies. There was more of I'd say there was more of an urgentness to move the plot along, and that's a little bit disappointing. Like, it did feel like there was just like they are just flying through everything of a feel. We need to be real careful here. We're on 2 HP. And you're seeing the problems all this jostling about's getting us into here. But yeah, I had no idea that Patrick Stewart was in the movie. So that was a very nice surprise. It's so awesome to hear him say Arrakis. It's really, really cool. I will say the character that I really disliked, and I mean a lot, and it's not because he was a villain, was Baron Harkonnen. And also, I don't like the way they say Harkonnen in the movies. Harkonnen sounds a lot better than Harkonnen. Sounds like Coneheads. Anyway. But yeah, the Baron Harkonnen's character is cartoonishly villain and just stupid. Like, in like a Joker Joker way. And it also probably doesn't help that Stellan Skarsgård is one of my favorite actors of all time. But yeah, I did not like the Baron's role. So if you do end up seeing the original movie of Dune after you've seen the remake, just be prepared for some changes. It's definitely worth watching, but I wouldn't watch it again. It's just it moves way too fast. Although one thing I will say that they did show in the original version that they did not show so far in the remakes is that they showed the navigators, and brought up a couple of really interesting things that I'm sure that we're going to see in Messiah whenever it comes out next year. So, and I'm not going to spoil that, but it's pretty interesting that we never see the navigators in the remakes yet. But we absolutely are going to see them in Messiah. Like, we have to. They play such a huge role. So I'm looking forward to that. And seeing if the remakes are going to deviate any more from the original story like they did. has been your Dune podcast for the day, everybody. A little contact damage in there with the virus. Bizzle. There you go. Oh, that's all we're asking for. Just a little bit. We've been taking some bad damage, admittedly. Some have been my fault. Some have been the Jocelyn's fault. And I gotta say, left hand, I'm really, really disappointed in you. We have so much money thanks to Head of the Keeper. Now, would I take an HP upgrade? Temperance. I guess only because we have this temperance machine here. And the reason why that matters is just because I don't want to be on not polar invincibility for this build. Head of the Keeper plus the parasites just sending everything all over the place. Wow. Ethan Nation just said, nope, no spikes in here. Don't know what you're talking about. You go D-Bizzle. That's what I'm talking about, son. That magician, reverse magician card, that's going to be nice against Isaac. That'd be fun to do a podcast again. I know it's like a meme at this point that every single content creator has a podcast. But to be fair, I used to do one. I was doing podcasts, like an official podcast, a long time before it was popular to do on the YouTuber. Back when I was a wee lad. Yeah, I mean the podcast they didn't do any numbers. I mean it was a very small amount of views, but it was worth it. I miss those days sometimes. Sometimes. Did pop the magician card here, so we should be good against everything but the crack the sky shots. That one we had to charge away from. And he just did it again, right on top of us. What? Polaroid invincibility, you forget something? Or did you fall off right at the last perfect set? Okay. Let's stop this right now. I'm already tilted about that. That is ridiculous. If Polar Invincibility fell off at the absolute perfect time right there, that is insane timing. Yeah, we're not going to get Guppy. I am going to take Whore of Babylon just to give us the damage up here. That's also another reason why I decided to take that, because we have the left hand. So we were going to get a Devil Deal chest out of the chest anyway, because we swallowed it earlier. So, and right now we just got to hope that we get a couple of red chests that gives us some soul hearts. But it's been a little bit of a struggle. I wouldn't necessarily say struggle bus of a run, because we've had a good solid foundation of stats for, I'd say, the better part of the second half of this run. But it's been difficult to keep ourselves fed with hearts. Honestly, Lost Soul Buddy, you can blame that one directly on clown physics, because that was ridiculous. Before you think that a lot of these shots is like, well, you're just playing sloppy, I want you to really open your eyes. It's hard to see with the bit rate getting sent to hell because of all the shots, but really try to follow how many things are going on the screen and then decipher which shots are which, even though they are red sometimes, not all the time. It gets very difficult to track projectiles when there's so many things on so much visual doo-doo on the screen. A lot of stuff gets lost in the sauce, in other words. Getting Eternal Heart, which is not going to help us. D-Bizzle basically has one chance. Nope. All right. Well, we got to be careful here. So we need right there is a big Iabel detonation. But he did get shifted right towards us. We are going to get out of there. Let's see if D-Bizzle would have given us a soul heart. That was a, that was iffy towards the end there. I'm not going to lie. I honestly think that where we really screwed up was taking Head of the Keeper. It just adds more to the knockback. And given that everything was kind of going crazy, it was a bad idea. Also, remember, we learned that Car Battery is an absolute anti-synergy when it comes to Tier Detonator, so don't take Car Battery if you end up trying to do a similar build like we had earlier, which is really disappointing because I really wanted to showcase how awesome Tier Detonator is, but now we know. So thank you for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button and leave a comment down below. Thank you all very much for liking, commenting, and subscribing for those of you who do so. Also, welcome new members to the Mosh Pit as well. It's great to see you on Tuesday. I look forward to seeing you on the next stream as well. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Mr. Melon Man, Sampudu, and Myth Withy. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.